NFC East, I think this is a bit more of an exciting division. Since 2000, no team has won this division in back-to-back years. Dallas 12-5 last year, Philadelphia 9-8, Washington 7-10, Giants 4-13. I think New York's moving in the right direction. They finally have a GM and a coach. A lot of good talent positions. Barkley seems to actually be genuinely healthy. I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I like Kadarius Toney. Kenny Golladay might catch a couple passes. But, Washington's doing a thing where they drag Carson Wentz out there and hope that he'll fix their problems.
Right.
And he won't. So, you got to look – the way I look at it is the Giants and Washington are effectively out. So what do we have left to look at? And it's Dallas, which I think was one of the more lucky teams last year, and especially in the turnover department. Their defense looked fantastic, but when you really got into the numbers of it all, a lot of it was just turnovers. And turnovers are a very not sticky stat. They don't, translate year to year. I like to look a lot of the percentage-based stats and the efficiency stats. And when you look at it like that, the Eagles were way better, especially defensively. I think this offense is going to take a huge step forward. Fly Eagles fly at plus 170. I think Jalen Hurts will make a leap at quarterback. I'm not sure he'll be like one of the best quarterbacks in the league or anything. I think he'll look better. I think he'll throw more than 16 touchdowns. I think he'll still be one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league. Devonta Smith as your second wide receiver is scary. Dallas Goedert is a real difference maker at tight end. Boston Scott, he's like a name that I like to think obviously everyone knows Miles Sanders. Boston Scott's like a quality player. Kenneth Gainwell, quality player. And they had a great draft this year, if you ask me. Getting Nakobe Dean is a difference maker week in and week out.
They got him in the second round, didn't they?
I think it was the third round.
They got him late.
Yeah, and then they got Jordan Davis. I think both of them are from Georgia, right?
Yeah, I think so. Give me anyone on that Georgia defense.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was about to say. If you don't know, and I'm not the biggest college guy, but even loosely following college, Georgia's defense last year was historically good. Yep. So getting talent from that team, and they were already a good defense. Yeah. So fly Eagle fly, plus 170.
Eagles fly. Yeah, that Georgia defense last year, they let up a couple games, I think against Bama specifically, but there was a point in the season, week 11, they were letting up 8 points a game, maybe.
That's
in
good.
College.
In college.
In the SEC, which is a step up from normal college and a step below the NFL.
It's like the AAA.
It's basically AAA, and all those guys were studs. I love the Eagles here too. This is my favorite bet. I just tried to make a bet during the show, but I'm in New York, so I guess I can't. I haven't read it yet. I was trying to listen to Mikey, but I love the Eagles here. You got plus odds. No one's won the division 2 times in a row. Cowboys team, I've said it before. I've said it a million times. They're not going to do anything until Jerry Jones is no longer the owner, one way or another. He's got his fingers too much in. He's got too many fingers in the team that he's not the coach of. He's in the media giving opinions and stuff.
Do you know he does
that.
a weekly radio appearance? Imagine. I don't think there's any other GM doing weekly radio appearances. You have a job to do, and it's being the GM of the most financially successful team in the world. Manage the team. Stop doing radio appearances.
I know.
His son also has one. Him and his son have a weekly
They both show up once a week?
No, separate. Yeah, separately they show up. Because I think the son is pretty involved with managing the team as well.
Oh, shocker. Nepotism. That's nepotism right in our face.
Yep.
I know that Jerry Jones has a picture of himself in his building, his mansion. I just don't know how many he has, whether it be 1, 2, or 10. Probably 10. Yeah, I like the Eagles a lot. Fly Eagles fly. I love Jordan Davis. He is, kind of a long shot probably for Defensive Rookie of the Year as a D tackle. The fact that I'm even saying that is crazy. Cowboys lost to Amari Cooper. That matters in my opinion. Michael Gallup still banged up.
Yep.
I think they drafted someone.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert, and he's a good wide receiver, but he's not going to make up for, you're not going to have Gallup for the first maybe 3, 4, 5 games. And when he does come back, it's not like you have 100% Gallup. You have 75% Gallup, and then the week after you maybe have 80% Gallup. You're going to ease into getting Gallup back. And I didn't hear much buzz about this Cowboys draft.
No, I couldn't tell you anyone they drafted, honestly, besides that guy that you just mentioned, who I already forgot the name of.
Jalen Tolbert, yeah.
Yeah, Tolbert, whatever. Who cares? I like the Eagles a lot. Jalen Hurts is good enough. I don't think I'm as high as him on you are.
Yep.
But the guys love him in the locker room,
Yes.
and that's something.
Yes.
You know, they got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's the best receiving core they've had in
Realistically, the last like 20 years.
They had they had Deshaun Watson and they
Deshaun
had
Watson.
Jeremy Maclin. Sorry, not Deshaun Watson. Disavow Deshaun. They had Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin with Michael Vick. That and McCoy. That was probably the best team they've had since this team.
Yeah.
And that team, they had Super Bowl or bust on them.
Yeah.
They busted. Spoiler alert. But this team might not.
Last comment, second easiest schedule for the Eagles this year coming into it. So the Eagles, who are a good team, are going to be playing bad competition throughout the year. I did the win-loss game. You know, when you pull up a team schedule and you draw a little W or L next to them, and you try to get a gauge for how good the team's going to be. I did that with the Eagles, and I made them go 500 in the division, which I doubt they do. I bet they win the majority of the division games. But I made them go 500 in the division, and then I said, what else will they do this year? And they were still able to cover this number, or at least still win the division. And spoiler alert, they're going to cover the number on their win total for the year. So,
Spoiler alert. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, no, let's go Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.